I'm standing here with Ash. What's your last name?
I'm not gonna say it on
Okay,
camera,
Ash.
yeah.
Okay, I'm standing here with Ash. Now I'm standing right in front of what's this address over here and what's going on over here?
So this is 964 Park Place.
964 Park Place. Yes.
Yeah, and so there's this family that's been living here since the 40s for over 70 years, multi-generational family. And in the last month, in the last few weeks, this landlord who owns hundreds of millions of dollars of property upstate and in Connecticut, falsified a deed and created some false documents with this lawyer and filed for an eviction. And the police approved it.
Right.
And so just in the last week and a half, the family who's been living here for 70 years, they're at the hospital and they come back from the hospital and find all kinds of stuff in their building broken. And it turns out that the landlord had just on his own, while he knew that they were at the hospital, hired these goons, these private muscles to come in and just
break everything up.
Break stuff up, throw things out to the trash, change the locks, just throw their home away. And so they're in there, and they called the Crown Heights Tenant Union and Brooklyn Eviction Defense, which are these housing justice groups that are based in this area and have meetings every week in Broward Park. And so people have been coming over to try to clean up the inside, rebuild it, get them gas, and hook everything back up to combat this illegal eviction. And so for the last week, we've had lots of people being here, doing different shifts, bringing in food and coffee, and really staying
to make
here,
sure that they don't try to just
And since people have been here in the last week, there's been multiple attempts by the landlord and his private security people to try to come in and just force their way in and change the locks.
Right.
And we've had a few physical encounters, and we've been so far successful in stopping them from doing that. And we just got a court order, which means that until next Thursday, legally, the landlord can't do anything here. But so far he's been doing stuff illegally, so we don't really know what'll happen. So we're making sure to stay here. But yeah, that's where we're at. And
so once again, this family's been here since the 40s?
Since the 40s, yeah.
Over 70 years here?
Yeah, right here in Crown Heights.
And what's the address again?
964 Park Place.
Park Place between what and what?
Between Brooklyn and
New York?
New York.
Okay,
yeah.
Brooklyn and New York. So wow, this is right here, people. It's going on right in our community, right in our neighborhood.
And it's
do you need people to come out here and assist?
We definitely do. Yeah, sometimes sometimes it gets hot with the landlord trying to bring in security. Most of the times it's pretty chill.
Right.
But even when we don't necessarily need people to be there, blocking someone from getting in, it's still it's really important to be building community around this kind of thing, because as until a month ago, from the start of the pandemic, there was an eviction moratorium. And the city made many attempts to bring it down, and there was lots of protests that stopped it from being brought down. But just in the last month, it got taken down, and so now eviction.
These landlords are becoming real aggressive.
And so we're going to be seeing, sadly, a lot more of this kind of illegal eviction attempts. And so it's really important that we start to figure out how to protect ourselves from this kind of thing. And while we're doing this, now that there's people out here and there's resources going into it. People are working on fixing up the house, getting gas back in there, fixing up the roof.
So they shut the gas off and everything?
Everything, yeah. Internet, all of it. But we're, by coming in here and taking care of each other, we're starting to rebuild this house and make it so that the family that's lived here actually has control over it. And so this is a way that, in the face of these kind of evictions and the giant real estate development companies and corporations trying to take back New York City, we can stand in the way of it and really seize control of our own housing and our lived conditions.
That's everybody on my channel. 964 Prospect Place.
Park Place.
Park Place.
Yeah, and
Park Place.
The eviction defense itself is being organized by two groups: the Crown Heights Tenant Union and Brooklyn Eviction Defense. And both of those are organizations that people can join, people can loop into. They're both on social media.
Is there any news media that's been out here? Channel 7, Channel 4 too?
Yeah, there has been. I'm not sure exactly which news has been out here. Here's some person pulling up that's
definitely
doing some kind of news thing.
This is the type of news that really supposed to be broadcast and talked about, because a family that's been living here for over 70 years, that's important. I mean, this is all they know.
Yeah.
This is home for them.
Yeah. And we look at this neighborhood and we see how housing prices have just rocketed in the last 10, 15 years. And it's all, you know, like this is just the most harsh example of the gentrification that all of our communities are facing. And so to try to do any, you know, almost every issue in New York in some way comes down to rising rent and real estate controlling everything. And
those are the owners over there, those guys?
No, those
are not the guys.
No.
All right, I just wanted to make sure.
The landlord lives in Connecticut, or the person who's the fake landlord who's trying to file and owns multiple hundreds of millions of dollars of property out there. He has nothing to do with this neighborhood. You know?
So let me ask you a question. So do these folks own that home?
I don't know the specific. I don't know the.
You don't know specific.
I know that there was something about a deed that was falsified. That's leading to this right now. But I'm not sure if they have owned it and rented it for different periods of time. I don't know the whole deal.
So if it's deed, that means ownership.
Right.
There's some sort of ownership.
Yeah.
And somebody try to pull it from underneath the rug.
Yeah, and using some kinds of
because they know that they're old. And they figured that they could pull the wool over their eyes.
And they tried to do it while they were in the hospital.
While they were in the hospital.
Yeah.
That's just bad.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Yeah, and all.
Do you know the name of the owners? Do you want to put them on blast?
I don't know if I know. Let me see if I can pull up the info.
Yeah, pull up the info. Shame on you, whoever the owner is. Shame on you.
I know where I can get it.
Yeah. Let's get the name of the owners and put them on blast. Maybe we could find a picture. You know what I mean? Because this is bad. This is bad.
Yeah.
Let's pull them up. They need to be pulled up. Because this is like my basketball coach used to say in high school, you guys are atrocious. This is atrocious behavior.
Yeah, so the person who's trying to pull this off, he's from New Haven, Connecticut. His name is Menachem Gurovich.
Menachem Gurovich, okay.
Yeah, and he's had if you look him up on the HUD website, you can see all kinds of
properties
complaints and properties.
Right.
He's a big landlord.
So he's more like a slumlord too.
Totally. Just in 2021, he bought $90 million of new properties in New Haven, Connecticut. He's a total slumlord. He owns that much property and he's trying to pull petty shit like this on people in the hospital.
Thank you, Ash. Right?
Ash. Yeah.
Ash. Thank you for your interview, and I'll be posting this up.
Cool. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. 964 Park Place. Pull up.
There you go.
Thank you.